Alrighty, okay, so, different setting. No empty wall behind me, just this super cute Build-A-Bear flannel moose. Hi, how you going? Fuck am I doing? Anyway, so trying something a bit different here, trying a bit more of a more casual, not standing in front of a wall setting, and wish me luck. Well, really, this came from the bedroom is kind of being reorganized, and where I usually put the camera has stuff in the way, so I'm thinking, okay, I'll just try and do it in front of the couch. Let's make it a nice sit down talk, not necessarily a review, just some thoughts I've been having about movies lately. Why I personally watch movies in the first place. Now, I personally watch movies because I want to have fun. Life is shit. Life has things going on. But in the world of movies, I don't have to worry about those things. I can just watch Keanu Reeves kill a guy with a book in a library, and there's no consequences. There's no big news thing about it. We don't think the world's gonna end every 10 minutes because something new has happened. I can focus on what's happening, and what's happening is dumb, it's stupid, it's inconsequential, it's fun. It is power fantasy. It is just, it's fantasy. Movies are fantasy. We watch movies. Sometimes some of us, of course, some watch movies for different reasons. Some of us watch movies because in the world of movies, things make sense. Things have rules.
TV makes sense. It has structure, logic, rules, and likable leading men.
Things are there to entertain us, to make us think. It's not the same as watching two crackheads fight on the street and then you're wondering, shit, what's this gonna mean? Are they gonna throw a brick through my car? Do I have to pay for this? It's just, in a movie, two crackheads fight and you think,
this is something else.
This is gonna be fantastic. Is one of them gonna do a flip? Let's find out. So, I watch movies because I want to have fun. As such, my favorite kinds of movies are just movies that are fun, that are fantastic, that have just crazy things happening that we don't necessarily have to explain how or why they can happen, but in this little fantastical bubble for a couple of hours, this story plays out and it'll just be crazy and I'm just along for the ride. That's why I watch movies. That's why I didn't necessarily hate Thor: Love and Thunder. I know there are problems with it. I know it's not perfect, but at the same time, as a movie with bright colors, gods, Christian Bale being bald with a big sword, shadow monsters, that sounds like a fun time. If Thor: Love and Thunder was a different movie and had nothing to do with Thor, it would have been great, wouldn't it? I think the Thor of it all is what dragged it down. Anyway, sorry. We're not here to talk about Thor: Love and Thunder. I'm here to talk about two different movies that I had fun with, and just want to talk about how I had fun with them, and that I wish more. Not that I wish more movies were like this, because there's a time and place for all different kinds of movies. But I just want. I personally want a giant resurgence of just dumb fun movies, because dumb fun movies are great. Dumb fun movies just make me happy. That's all. That's all I'm saying. The first one I'm gonna talk about is Bullet Train. So by the time this video comes out, I don't know how long it's been since I saw Bullet Train. I'm criminally late to releasing videos about movies I've seen. I can't do them fast. I'm sorry. I suck at this. In case you've not noticed, Bullet Train, classic example of a fun movie. There's a premise. Brad Pitt is on a bullet train, and there's other people on this bullet train, and they all fight. That's it. Sorry if I'm talking into the mic, kind of like a ring dude, just like, are you ready? Okay. Anyway, I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm just gonna wave it around and hope the fucking audio quality isn't dog shit. Anyway, so Bullet Train, simple premise: people on a train, and they fight. Different people, different reasons they are on the train, and a bunch of coincidences, lots of callbacks, lots of prop work, lots of fight sequences, and it's great. It's not an amazing movie, like, in general. Like, it of course has its flaws, but personally for me and what I want out of a movie, this gave me what I wanted out of a movie. It was just fun. Lots of fun. I saw Brad Pitt in a bucket hat, and I thought, this is gonna be some good shit. They wouldn't put a man as gorgeous as Brad Pitt in a fucking bucket hat if they didn't think this movie was just gonna slap. Like, if they thought this movie was shit, they would have made him look as sexy as humanly possible to try and like make up for it. But that's okay. Brad Pitt's job in this wasn't to be sexy. That honor went to my boy ATJ, Aaron Taylor Johnson. The best things about Bullet Train are setting. As everyone knows, the best way to make an action movie is to basically copy Die Hard and pick one setting. Everyone's in there, no one leaves. The only time everyone leaves is in the finale when something crazy happens or when everyone's dead. That's good. Things need restrictions. Things need to stay grounded in some sort of way. Like, I found that the action movies that happen across many, many different places sometimes kind of lose sight of what makes their particular kind of action fun or enticing. Like, kind of the opposite of what Tom Cruise does, where his action is pretty much always in giant places and it's always crazy, but he does it great. But a lot of the time, I feel like, think of it this way: if we had the idea for two kinds of movies, if one movie is an action movie that is placed in a giant city, all the buildings end up looking the same, everywhere they fight ends up looking the same, or I give you an action movie where they're all in one place. It's a bullet train. So already we have restrictions. They can't do crazy shit because there's walls, there's chairs, there's people, other people are around. There's just this sense of, you have to kind of MacGyver your way through the situation because you don't have the freedom of just being out in the open. So that's the best thing about Die Hard type movies. It's Die Hard on a train, just like Speed is Die Hard on a bus, or Under Siege was Die Hard on a boat. But it doesn't matter. The setting can change, but I find that I have much more fun with this kind of thing, where the idea is super simple and is just a bunch of actors doing great, doing crazy characters in small spaces. Fantastic.
Sensational.
Cast, awesome. Brad Pitt, dope. Now I'm Aaron Taylor Johnson, amazing. Brian Tyree Henry, great. Joey King, pretty good. I was okay with it. I think Kissing Booth has definitely ruined Joey King for me, just because I can't unsee the Kissing Boothness of it all. No disrespect to Joey King, I think she did pretty damn good, actually. But I'm sorry, but I think I'm biased. I'm biased because everyone else in the movie, especially at the end, spoiler alert, the big bad they tease throughout the whole movie is none other than Michael fucking Shannon. Not any Michael Shannon, long hair Michael Shannon, looking like a fucking One Piece villain, and he kicks ass with a fucking katana. It's great. This movie has everything, even the dialogue, loved it. The plot itself, kind of middling, not that interesting a plot. The plot exists just to have them have a reason to be on the train. That's pretty much it, and that's fine. I think for movies like this, the plot just being there to service just, the characters being in a certain place and for things to play out a certain way. That's fine. That's okay. I don't think anyone really walked into Bullet Train going, I'm looking for some Days of Our Lives shit. I want a long narrative full of emotional turns. And I'm not saying there's not emotional turns and things happening, but ultimately the plot is secondary to the main star of the show, which is the action, the music, and the characters bouncing off each other. Everyone has crazy great chemistry. I love when they have chemistry. Nothing sinks an action movie more than when the chemistry is just fucked and you're just kind of sitting there going, all right, can y'all stop talking and start punching, because I'm falling asleep here, man. I'm already stuck in the cinema for 2 hours. I need to pee. You might as well make it worth my while. Don't just be boring. But yeah, that's the first movie, Bullet Train. Watch it. It's great. And then there's the second movie, which unfortunately I didn't get to see in cinemas. I don't know if it was in cinemas, because maybe by the time I think this was properly on my radar, if it was in cinemas, it was gone. That's RRR, and this is a movie coming out of India, and it is probably one of the best movies I have seen in a long time, just genuinely. And the reasoning is fun. It is so fun. Everything is great. Everything is over the top. The emotions, over the top. The action, over the top. The setting, just over the top. clear-cut good guy, bad guy, until it throws a nice spicy curveball your way, and then we have a bit of a gray area, and like some characters seem terrible until you go, actually no, okay, I see what you're doing there. And the set pieces, oh my god, the set pieces. This movie has set pieces that put most mainstream American action movies to shame. Marvel, to shame. DC, to shame. It is just like, look, I know we're all late to the fact that Indian action movies are goddamn amazing. I mean, we're all late to that party, but that doesn't mean that the statement's any less true. It's true. Like, you see a dude just fight a tiger and then kiss the tiger on the forehead, and then two guys, without saying a word, coordinate saving a boy from an explosion, and then they do the best bro handshake and then continue to have the greatest bromance ever. This would have made me cry. I was close. I was pretty damn close. Like, it's just, there's something in the same way that Bullet Train, I think for me, succeeded because of the setting, it being on a train and then the over-the-top stuff happening while on the train. RRR's main strength is just how absurd everything is. The absurdity, it doesn't get so absurd that you just kind of stop caring. You care all the way through. I am not kidding. I was hooked. I mean, besides the fact that it's a 3-hour damn movie and that's just gonna tire me out regardless. Even as tired as I was invested. And that's something action movies sometimes fail to do. They fail to get you invested. This one, super invested in the main plot, the main plot of one of our main characters trying to save a child. Invested. Their bromance, and then the underlying tension, and then the conflict that comes from the situation. I was hooked. I care. And it's hard to care for a lot of action movies because sometimes we kind of get stuck in the mindset of, I'm here for the action, I'm here for big biceps, I'm here for crazy flips, cool. But if an action movie can make you care, it goes to a whole nother level. And this movie has raised the bar. Like, I thought Everything Everywhere All at Once, raising the bar, was just kind of going to be a fluke for this year. That's kind of as good as it got. Even as good as Bullet Train was, I didn't think it was like the gold standard for amazing action cinema, but this is so great. I'm just rambling for 5 minutes about how good RRR is, and I'm trying not to spoil anything because, like, it's just great. Go see it. It's on Netflix. It's got two dance sequences, and both are great. Please see RRR if you've not seen it yet. I mean, I'd rather you finish this video first and then go see it. Don't cut this short. I mean, I'm near the end, so honestly, do what you will. That's a random ramble about 2 movies, and basically, I just want action. I just want movies to be fun. The greatest experiences I've had in movies is just them being fun. Even though I kind of said that RRR shadow over Marvel stuff in terms of like action sequences and stuff like that. One of my favorite cinema memories is still gonna be the 1-2 punch of Infinity War and Endgame. Those two, it'll be hard to top that. And that was because I had fun. Yeah, there were definitely high emotions at the time, but I had lots of fun. The movies I will be talking about, if I enjoy them, it's not because I think they're subjectively, technically a fantastic fucking movies, because on some level I had fun, and to me that is just the bare minimum. That makes me like a movie. I can like a movie, and I think it's a great movie. That's fine. You can have multiple coinciding opinions about things. Things don't need to be black and white. Everything is gray. It's always I liked this, but this. I didn't like this, but I did like this. That's fine. It's called nuance. It makes things more interesting. I don't want to just be hating on a movie 100,000% or just loving a movie. I mean, I'd rather love a movie 100,000% than hate on it, because like I said, man, life sucks. I'd rather just, be happy that I saw a great movie. And these two are my 2 recommendations. If you've not seen Bullet Train yet, catch it. It's actually, I actually think I will buy it on Blu-ray. I'm trying to kind of categorize movies by what I'd love to own on Blu-ray and what I'm just kind of like okay to have seen once and then never again. But I would buy Bullet Train on Blu-ray. I would buy RRR on Blu-ray. Actually, yeah. Make movies fun, y'all. I think more people will go to the cinema if movies were just fun, and then we all just go and have a good time. It doesn't have to be dour and dark and but, just some thoughts.